right? We're live from Wednesday night. Y'all thought you had to wait 20 more seconds. Nah. We're live. It's your boy Matt from USC. We
This
got
is Derek of the EMFC.
Dumpf, and I see you're live streaming in the background. That's what I like to see. If you
Yes,
guys want to
sir.
see live wrestling, just look in the mirror. And we're back for another week of Wrestle Chat Wednesdays. It's been a decent week of wrestling. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. We went more so into what they're known for, as opposed to kind of do like all the theatrics. Monday Night Raw was more a regular show. SmackDown, they did some stuff on there too. So yeah, pretty decent week. Leading into the Royal Rumble, so more things are starting to kind of come together for that.
And Saturday Night Live,
Uh,
which I didn't realize was actually happening this early.
yeah.
It's crazy. I didn't think that they were gonna do it until like next December, but I guess maybe it's gonna be every isn't it like what is it, quarterly or one, like every like 4 months or something, or what? Not four
Yeah,
months, like every season
every
almost.
every season, like maybe like every 2 or 3 months. Also, you're hearing it here live. My best friend Samoa Joe has just returned to AEW.
Oh, that's in the sheets and now confirmed. Oh, I see his bald spot.
Yes,
Lovely,
sir.
lovely.
Oh
Speaking
my
about
God,
that,
look
they
at
released a dark match between him and John Cena
yeah.
on their YouTube. Apparently, it's really good. So if you guys want to go check that out, it's on WWE's YouTube. Anyways, like you said, it's back to more scheduled programming with a little mix of this new Netflix stuff. Had some good matches, some debuts. To me, other than that, it wasn't really. I'm trying to remember what happened on SmackDown, but I'm sure you'll remind us with your little recap. I don't have the thing that Eric has, so
Oh, so we're just going to jump straight into it.
straight
All right,
into
quick
it, bro.
quick recap. Paul Heyman tells Cody Rhodes that Roman Reigns is going to be in the Royal Rumble. Kevin Owens comes out. They fight. Um, Chelsea Green defended her United States Championship against Michin.
That was a good
Chelsea
match.
Green retained. It
I
was a good
seen
match.
that.
Yeah,
I
no,
seen that.
they did a really good match. After that, I believe it was the LA Knight and
Yeah,
Shinsuke Nakamura match,
also a good match.
which that was a really good match. I like they have better chemistry than I thought,
Mm-hmm.
and like Nakamura's looking better and better with his like new persona and stuff like that. Like I'm into his matches. Um, that was interrupted by the Bloodline. They attacked them. Then Cody Rhodes and Jimmy Uso came out because Cody helped Jimmy when he was getting attacked at the beginning of the night.
Yeah,
That set up a tag team match, main event with Jimmy and Cody versus not solo, Jacob
Jacob
Fatu
Fatu and
and Tama Tonga. Um, we had the Motor City Machine Guns versus A Town Down
bang,
Under. As they're
bang,
kind of like
bang.
leading into that whole thing with who attacked them, who's gonna get the next shot. Pretty Deadly, I believe, also had a match with
Legado
uh,
del Fantasma,
Los
right?
Garza. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
that's
that
it.
match was really good.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
match was really good. I was a huge fan of that match. Los Garza looks really, really good. I'm happy they did Pretty Deadly. It's getting like more screen time. They lost, which kind of sucked, but it was what it
They're
was.
still there. They'll get
We're
their
still there.
time.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the main event match was the Bloodline versus
Oh
Cody
yeah.
and Solo, and
It was a
oh,
classic
that's
tag team,
Cody.
full tag team SmackDown, just like Teddy Long wanted. That's what.
Mm,
Now I remember it all. It's because I watched half
full
of it
tag team.
in the car, half of it at home. Lovely Netflix, bro. Just ready to go. Not driving, of
Netflix
course.
has been doing me super heavy. The convenience of being able to watch everything, like this has been the greatest thing. And I'm
I
so
know.
like it's so funny because like when they first announced it, it's just like, oh, this is gonna be messy. It's not messy at all. This is great.
Sensational. They've ironed it out swiftly, and again,
hmm
it might be because not the whole world's watching like the Tyson match, but still, I'll take it.
Yeah,
I like the high bit rates. It looks great.
it looks
Everything, it
crisp.
sounds great, and
Sounds
I
great.
can watch it wherever
And
the
then
hell I
I
want.
can watch whatever I want. I can watch a repeat right after it. I can
Hmm.
like the rewind function on there is so good. Like
Yeah,
I regret not rewinding the first Raw on Netflix because like it was just so easy and seamless. Like There's no issues, bro. Like
Yeah.
no buffering, no like, oh, let me try to get back to like the spot that
Yeah,
I know.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
I just
yeah.
put it in there, bro.
And hope it doesn't glitch. Yeah, no, it's perfect. And that, yeah, even that to that point, like you can click in live when it's playing, and then as long as you
Hmm.
click in, you can go back to that wherever you started. Like,
Yeah.
so I started at work, clicked in live to make sure it was in my watch later. Then when I get home, even if you go to the actual event, I noticed you can go play from beginning or play live. I
Yeah.
thought that you would
Yeah.
have to wait like for the replay, so I was always concerned. But as
Yeah.
long as you click into it, it saves your thing and you can do whatever.
Yeah, it's convenient. Like I think that's how I watched NXT this past week, and
Mhm.
like I think I got in like the last 15 minutes, and I was like, oh damn, I'm probably just gonna have to watch this and rewatch it. I was like, no, just went back to the beginning and just like fast forwarded wherever I wanted to. It
Yeah,
was great,
yeah, yeah.
and
So,
like yeah, it's great. But anyways, that was SmackDown. Go over to Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw, jam-packed show. Saw the debut of Penta versus Chad Gable, and their match was very interesting. In a sense where this was a very different styled match
mhm.
for Penta, and there was a little bit of like stuff at the beginning where it kind of seemed like he was sort of like trying to find his footing, but that match to me was done like it was such a good debut match. I feel
Mhm.
because they like the audience one they did it in San Jose where the Hispanic population is huge,
Yep.
so debut over there was already great because he already got that initial pop that he needed. um, he didn't do too much, and he slowed down the pace a lot in a way that I didn't expect, and don't normally see from guys who usually debut, because they usually like try to show off their stuff, and it's usually like a 5 minute match. This
Mhm.
was like a 30 minute, like 2 commercial break, like classic
It
of a
didn't even
match.
feel that long when I was watching it. To be honest, a lot of people were
Yeah,
saying it was slow. I thought it was good.
I thought it was good. Like
Like
it
really
was
good.
then again, it's very different because people like Penta, they don't notice or like it's very fast paced. There's nothing. There's not really a story being told throughout. It's just kind of like let me get all my stuff in, let me do all these spots, and
Mhm.
it's like very quick and it's a cool style.
Yeah.
But like you never really like him selling the leg throughout the match. Him like kind of like finding his footing throughout the match and stuff like that. It was just really cool, like just slowing down, like picking his spots, doing his moves whenever he needed to do them, not just feeling like he just had to do like a full like set.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it complemented Chad Gable's style really well, so I was a huge fan of that match. And then his promo afterwards, you can tell was genuine. It was like he was really, just really, really happy to be there and to be able to hold the crowd, say his stuff in a way where it's like, oh, like it's like he's been here before. That's
Oh
that's
yeah.
honestly how it
Yeah.
felt like. It didn't feel like it was his first WWE match. It feels like he's been here and like he's really gonna try to make that impression. So
Yeah. And
we'll see.
I think we might as well speak on it more. The match was really good. It was almost like a submission style match from earlier SmackDown in the 2000s, say like Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero kind of style, which was good. And like you said, he didn't unload the clip on the match, so there's still gonna be
Yeah,
surprises. Also, a lot of people didn't take into account that he actually had to do a promo after the match, so I don't think he wanted to do like a million whatever moves he was doing and get gassed out and then not be able to
yeah,
even he could barely even do it then. Like,
yeah.
but yeah, the promo afterwards sensational. Um, what else? There was one more thing I wanted to say. Yeah, and like to your point, he was very professional and very WWE ready, and I think there's certain people that have come to the company and gone down to NXT and started, whether it be Ethan Page or somebody. I guess more recently, again with Vince, it was a crapshoot. But Triple H, I think, knows the difference of a full, completed, well-rounded superstar, and that's Penta. He's been in the game
Yeah.
forever, so he deserves to be on the main roster straight away. And I'm looking forward to see what he does because I liked his little tippy toe entrance. I want to see it again.
Well, you'll be seeing a lot of that tippy toe entrance, that's for sure.
Hmm.
Moving forward throughout the night, we had an appearance with Rhea Ripley, with her with the belt, which brought out Nia Jax. Bailey was there too because they're in their hometown, so it kind of started a whole brawl between Bailey and Nia Jax.
Oh yeah. Also, I don't think we mentioned on SmackDown that Tiffany Stratton came out for the first time with her belt,
Yes,
which brought
yes,
out Nia Jax, and Butterfly Girl, and somebody else. And then there was that tag match, no, with the women. Did we mention that too?
Oh yeah, they had a fatal. Oh yeah, I forgot
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that. They had
yeah.
a fatal 4-way.
Oh, that's what it
Number one
was.
contenders
No,
match.
yeah, that was a good match as well. Very good match.
Yes, good match. Bailey won that match as she's the number one contender for Tiffany Stratton's Women's Championship, which is going to take place this Friday on SmackDown. Go over to Raw. Rhea Ripley had our promo. Let's Go Brawl between Nia Jax and Bailey. I feel like someone else came out too, but I don't remember.
I skipped that segment. I'm not gonna lie.
Either way, it was what it was. Finals for the Women's Intercontinental Championship between Dakota Kai, Lyra Valkyria. Great match. Really, really nasty bump was taken early on in the match where she did like a suplex off of the apron onto the floor.
Oh yeah, that was gross, bro. Ugh.
Yeah, like huge bump.
Crazy.
But like these guys killed it. Lyra Valkyria ended up winning and became the inaugural Women's Intercontinental Champion. Which honestly both women deserved it. So like it was one of those things where it's like I was rooting for Dakota Kai personally, but wasn't mad that Lyra Valkyria won for sure.
They definitely did it to up her stock because I mean Dakota Kai's she's basically a veteran in that. Well, she is, but like she has what's it called? Not the Judgment Day, bro. She has Damage Control still. Damage, you know what I mean? Yeah. So she's popular within that, and they could tell a story with Kairi Sane still being attacked and all that bullshit.
Yes.
Also,
it looks like they're going to be going back to.
Yeah. Also, the KFC Corporation said that they have next on the belt, so we'll see which one steps up. Hopefully, it's Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler, but it's probably going to end up being Thing in the middle, whatever her name is. I forget. The leader.
Sonya Deville.
Yeah, which she's a really good wrestler, so that's fine. It's just I have stock in the other women's wrestlers there, so we'll see how that turns out. Yeah, Miz and Karrion Kross and Sami Zayn had like a little beef going, which you just reminded me of in the Instagram, which was hilarious. New Day was complaining again on the in the commercials, and I think they have a match next week against is it LWO or somebody? I don't know.
I don't know. They didn't actually specifically say who they were facing. They just said that they're going to be in action next week.
Yeah, so they're going to be featured next week, which is good. Kofi still looks weird without a mustache, but it's all right. I'm sure he's going through something. Being a giant heel. I'm trying to think what else we had. They had the street fight at the end, but we're missing something else. I think Judgment Day are getting a rematch for the tag titles. I think, is it JD and Carlito, though?
I think it's supposed to be... No, I think like...
it's JD and Finn,
JD and Finn, yeah. JD said that he was going to go talk to them on their behalf kind of thing. He just brought that thing with him.
Yeah, and it seems like now the dissension between Liv and Dom is going to start. Because Dom tried to come and apologize, and it looks like Liv is outsmarting him and using him now to get their bags moved into the stadium and stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that turns out. I feel like let me pull up the sheet, unless you can remember it.
In regards to what else happened?
Yeah, there's like one more segment I'm missing.
Oh my God, the CM Punk segment.
Oh yeah, nobody cares about that.
Yeah,
bro.
I completely forgot. That was in the beginning. So CM Punk had a segment on Monday Night Raw, where he declared for the Royal Rumble, and then Seth Rollins said, "I'm declared for a Rumble," and then Drew McIntyre said, "I'm declared for the Royal Rumble," and that was the segment. But it was fire. Just trust me on it.
Yeah, Sheamus and Ludwig had a match.
Yes. Banger.
Oh, that's what happened that we missed, bro. Screw CM Punk, bro. Gunther finally came out, suited up. Like we said he should have did in the first Raw on Netflix, but they missed the opportunity. And then out of nowhere, Jey Uso came out, and Gunther cooked him on the mic, which was hilarious.
Yes.
Basically I think Gunther has his spirits back up. He was basically saying that Jey doesn't deserve it. He already beat him twice for the Intercontinental belt. And Jey just said that he's basically trying to prove himself every week. And he asked for a title shot at Saturday night's main event, and Gunther accepted, obviously. And Gunther also said that Jey was basically just, he's all show, no go, and Gunther's the opposite. So that's a really good match I'm looking forward to. What else? The Miz had a match against Sami Zayn, which was the same thing. I didn't watch it, so I don't know what happened.
Sami Zayn won.
Oh, of course. And then yeah, the street fight happened. Very good match. Oh my god, what the fuck? Somebody just gave me a "huh yeah" in the chat. Oh, it was Eric. That shit just blew my eardrums out. Yeah, then Liv can go back to mediocre to see where she belongs. Yeah, because Alexa Bliss is coming back in the Royal Rumble, and she can finally take back the white short. Thank you, Eric. Yeah, Alexa Bliss. Look out for her women's Royal Rumble. But yeah, Street Fight Derek, very good match. I like the part where he rolled him down on the stretcher into the ring, and he landed perfectly.
Perfect dismount, bro. I was impressed.
My keen eye wife said that she thinks Finn is injured. I told her that he's just a really good wrestler, but she said that the ref kept going to him and checking on him. So we'll have to watch out for that.
I know. I think he was fine. I think it was more so just like a communication thing. But we'll see. We will definitely see. That spot with from the balcony to the table was nasty. So like.
Yep. And the coup de grace, and the South of Heaven, and the check.
The coup de grace. Oh my god.
That was crazy. Because when she said that she thought he was injured, I thought he hit his head like on the post, but it looked like it collapsed fine when he landed and fell backwards. So.
Yeah, when he fell backwards on the other piece of the table. Yeah, that was crazy.
2 certified professionals in the ring. I hope they both go on to do big things, and they kind of split away for now, and come back to this maybe at a WrestleMania match later or something. But for now, I don't want to see Finn and Damian beside each other at all. All right, move on. Get on to the next shit.
I'm ready. I'm ready for them to move on. They can do something else.
Yeah. Very good match, though, to end the night. And I think that was our review. I did not watch NXT, so if you want to add anything. Oh, sorry. Speaking about NXT, Obafemi was in the front row of Raw as well, which is good to see. Big body in there, right? And I forgot what he was saying, but, big body in there. Good for him.
Yeah, he'll probably say something about how he's a ruler.
Yeah.
A champion.
A champion. What do you mean John Moxley's fighting Powerhouse Hobbs for a title?
Yes.
Why?
Because Powerhouse Hobbs is that guy.
Kenny Omega versus Brian Cage. Okay. We'll hear from Ricochet. Nobody cares. Christian Cage versus Hook. Oh, that's probably going to be a banger.
It was okay. Samoa Joe.
Oh, that's today.
Yeah,
I thought this was a pay-per-view. Oh.
No, this happened already. Most of the stuff already happened.
These guys just love throwing out random names, huh? That's crazy. All right. What are we moving on to now? You want to get into the salt? You want to talk sheets? I got a couple of things in the sheets, so if you need to think.
Let's talk sheets real quick.
Let's talk sheets, bro. Hold on. I got this one. I swear. Unless my stream deck doesn't work. Let's see. Let's get lost in the sheets. Yeah, Oh my God, Eric wants to be acknowledged. So much mana to the mid card with both. NXT had Big Booty Bailey, and she feuded with Roxanne Perez because she's going up. Thank you, Eric, for that review on NXT. Lovely.
Yeah, that was pretty much all you really need to know from NXT.
Oh, and Shotzi almost died. I seen that. That might have been last week, though.
No, it might have been this week. She did have a match. I didn't see the match, though, so.
Yeah. So in the sheets, we talked basically about Penta, so we'll just say in the sheets, he's here now, finally. Top story in the sheets, Vince McMahon is now done with his first lawsuit, which I think had to do with his dealings with the WWE split. They settled that, so now he can finally go into his case about being a certified R word with the Janelle Grant case. So we'll see how that goes. I know you really want to talk about the documentary in the sheets. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you want to speak on that since Derek finally watched it 10 years later.
finally watched the documentary. Um, it was good. It was good. I liked it. Again, like a lot of the stuff. I think like the stuff that probably surprised me the most was, I think some of the ideas that he had that were shut down. Like that one idea that he had that he was gonna impregnate Stephanie, and stuff like that. Um, it was interesting. It was just funny because like listening to him talk, like you could see the vision, and then like like they were kind of like trying to call him out on it and stuff, but it was just like at the same time, I was just kind of like, no, like I hear what he's trying to say here.
Mm.
Um,
I guess if you think
I'd
of
say
it as
there's-
like a generic 2000s TV show, then yes.
yeah,
Like a soap opera
I,
kind of thing, you know what I mean? There'd be some crazy shit that would happen in that.
yeah, like a lot of crazy stuff, and but like yeah, all the allegations, all of his stuff, it was stuff I already knew. The fact that they kind of touched on like the whole concussion protocol, I think was very good because it's real stuff. It's not even like it's like oh like WWE was doing this just kind of like show clout. Like
Mhm.
they really took like the more seriously with the health of their superstars. And even seeing that, like, yeah, some people weren't a fan of the idea of taking away the head chair shots, and it was just like, well, it makes sense. Like, it makes sense because like the old school mentality was that like head injuries didn't exist, right? So when you have guys like Stone Cold Steve Austin and stuff saying like, oh, like I don't really believe in it, it's like, well, you
That's
grew up
crazy.
like he worked in an age where like him breaking his neck, he came back like a few weeks later thinking that everything was fine, right? So, it was kind of like that idea of just kind of like you just like grit your teeth and you bear through it,
Mhm.
and again, it's one of those things where, like, hopefully over time, like, when they, like, concussion and brain injuries are looked at more seriously now. I still think
Yeah.
it's something that, like, is still not talked about enough, but it's at least being talked about in the realm of reality of things.
For sure.
But yeah, overall, like the documentary, I thought it was good.
Lovely jubbly. All right, this might not be in the sheets because it's confirmed. Next week we have Seth versus Drew, Monday Night Raw, banger, WrestleMania rematch they're calling it. We didn't speak on this, but a faction got moved to SmackDown. I think
Yes,
they mentioned it. The Wyatt Six
did.
are now on SmackDown, so hopefully they do something there. I haven't seen them since like the first week they debuted, so that's great. The main sheets topic that we were talking about and has been in there was Corey Graves being angry that he got moved to NXT because Pat McAfee showed up and then they shuffled everyone around and they decided to keep Wade Barrett up with Joe Testosterone, which is great because they work well together. Apparently, Corey Graves did not appear last night because he was that frustrated, which is fair. But like I said in the chat, he's the Miz of the of the announcing crew. He's there, he's good, but like he's also just there. But some people, I forget who, I think Coachman said that he should suck it up, that people have gotten moved around a lot in the past, and that he should take his 5 months and roll with it. I don't think Corey Graves will do that, but we'll see what this turns out to be. I don't know who's in NXT. I'm sure, wasn't it Booker T and somebody else?
Booker T and Vic Joseph are on NXT right now, so it's like a 3-man crew between those three.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think now, like, what is being talked about more than anything else in regards to that situation is whether or not it's a work or if it's a shoot. Because like he said on his Twitter that he was going to have a lot to say on NXT, and then he got pulled from the show. And I don't know, like I feel like Corey Graves has been there long enough to know how to act. So like I feel like the way that everything's going down, like it feels like it's a work to me. Like it feels like, and people are speculating this is probably going to lead towards a match between him and Pat McAfee at WrestleMania.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, which it would be cool because Corey Graves has been cleared for a while. So it's always just been a matter of like, will he get back in the ring, and if he does, like, who do you work with? I think this would be a dope, like, a little confrontation, if it is a work. Admittedly, like him being taken off the show caught me by surprise, but at the same time, if it is a work, then this is how you would do it. Like you wouldn't reward him for speaking out and lashing out and stuff like that. So we'll see in the coming weeks whether or not this was a legitimate thing or if it is going to turn into something. I'm very much hoping that it is just a work and it is going to lead towards a match because I think that'd be really cool.
But do you care that he's gone though?
I like Corey Graves.
Yeah.
But I like the combinations on the main roster are better.
Okay.
I don't need Cody Graves there. Like I like him in NXT. Definitely, it's just kind of like we just threw you here because we had nowhere to put you. But like Pat McAfee and Michael Cole work amazing with each other. Joe Tessitore has done amazing in a short time there, and he feeds off of Wade Barrett well as well. They could have easily done like a 3-man group somewhere else, like either a Raw or SmackDown, or probably SmackDown. But like, I feel like you're still employed with the company, and if you're not there as much, like you have more of an opportunity to be with your family. And like, I absolutely like if he is as passionate as he does feel about it, then I get it because like he was there, he's been holding it down for years. But I mean, him saying that like being told that like you're not famous enough, and it's just like, well, like if I'm being dead ass, like yeah, I'd rather hear Pat McAfee talk than Corey Graves, right? And just Joe Tessitore is doing a great job as well. So like I'm okay with where they're at. Like I think it's a great way to kind of get their chemistry going, and Corey Graves has been doing his thing. So it shouldn't matter if you're going to the bench. It shouldn't matter that you're going to the bench. You know what I mean? Like you still have a part to play.
Eric said that SmackDown could have the 3 table because he says that testosterone and Wade can get stale. I don't know, bro. When Wade starts talking about his loins getting fucking warm when he sees LA Knight, I get kind of hyped up. You know what I'm saying? No, but to add on to that, I think Corey Graves works better in a 3-man table where he can be the heel commentator and you can have Byron as the face. I don't feel like he's carved himself out enough being like the color commentator kind of thing where it's like I mean Wade does this too, but I feel like he does it in like a more cartoonish way where I think Corey Graves is more serious about it, but like I feel like Corey Graves could just be the head guy, even though when he did switch over it did seem kind of wishy-washy, but I feel like he's better in that role now unless it's a 3-man table. Then I don't mind him being there because I think he's a good heel, like natural heel, right? So either that or if you wanted to, I could see him as somebody's manager. Like, I think that'd be cool. I don't know who he'd be managing, but I think he could be a good mouthpiece for somebody instead. Yeah, but look how entertaining the Raw announce table compared to SmackDown. SmackDown doesn't make me eat, but they also don't have the Yeet Man on their team. So what do you expect, bro? Also, Michael Cole is the best. Joe Testosterone is exceeded his expectations. You know what I'm saying? So I still fuck with that other table. That's just me personally. But I can understand Wade Barrett does kind of go off the hinges sometimes. Just trying to look and see if there's any more news here. Apparently Hulk Hogan hints at being at Donald Trump's inauguration. That's great. Chelsea Green blasts racist bully Tessa Blanchard. I don't know what that's about.
Tessa Blanchard is a racist bully, and she's back in TNA, even though she was caught being a racist bully. So
tell him.
I think no one likes her. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
That's it. Also, the other news was Malachi Black's leaving AEW. He's probably going to show up for the 100th time. Hopefully, he can get the wheels churning on NXT.
That's crazy.
All right.
It's not even going to allow him to go to the main roster.
Never, bro. You think Triple H could save everyone? Not everyone could be saved, all right? We already have goddamn the TikTok guy, bro. They're basically the same thing. I'll take either or. They're slightly large. They have the black belts. They fight people and they hit hard. Just one hat. Well, actually, they both have sexy wives as well. Yeah, they're the same people.
What is it? Who's the TikTok guy?
The guy with Sami Zayn and Thing. What the hell's his name? With the Miz. AOP. The guy.
Oh, Karrion Kross.
Karrion Kross.
Yeah,
Thank you. Sorry.
This thing is like, who the heck is the TikTok guy? Like,
Oh, sorry. You're thinking TikTok. I mean,
I was thinking TikTok.
TikTok.
Like,
No, I'm saying TikTok.
Yeah,
Bro.
okay. Yeah, we're back now.
Malachi versus Cross. That's like having the Pixie girl versus the other girl that got released.
Taking dogs.
Twins they are, Eric says. All right, you ready for some grains of salt or what?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get lost in the salt. Whatever Derek says, it doesn't apply to us. What do you got for us this week?
I already talked about Corey Graves and how I think he's working all of us. Or hoping that he's working all of us. I think Sami Zayn heel turn is coming.
Yeah.
Because Karrion Kross kind of sunk his teeth into him a little bit, so now I'm kind of like, oh, this might turn into something. So like,
Do you want to
we'll
see
how
that or
kind
not?
Not really. I think Sami Zayn's like a perfect like baby face right now. Like, he's still very over.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's got like that same amount of energy and aura that he had in NXT, where he was like the consummate like people wanted to see him be world champion. So I'm okay with him being a face.
Kind of like Bailey
right
in
now.
NXT before she turned heel.
Yes, absolutely.
Fair. I see that as well.
Let's see. I'm hoping that the New Day match like kind of like builds something, because like ever since they turned on E, they haven't done anything.
I agree.
So I want to see stuff happening. I want to see them win a match. I want to see them talk their ish, like. So we'll kind of see what's going on with that. I guess like my biggest great assault is more or less a question. Like, we have 6 people I think announced for the Royal Rumble. Who do you think is going to win this year?
It's a tough question. There's they have a lot of people. Let me see. It's not gonna be John. It's not gonna be. I don't want it to be CM Punk, bro, with all my heart. I kind of want it to be somebody out of the blue that it sets up for a match, but then they have to be in the main event. You just want it off the hip, bro?
Yeah, off the hip.
Drew. It's either Drew, and I for some reason Damien popped in my head, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think they're gonna run Gunther and Damien back. But I also seen something on the internet today saying that Roman could win, and then he'd face Gunther for the belt, and then Cody would face somebody else on the other side. But
yeah,
and it also, you know what? It could be Roman too, because then the CM Punk thing with the favor. So
yeah.
I think my top 3, I'm gonna go Drew, Roman, and then fucking CM Punk or something, bro. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's oh man, it's tough this year, bro.
It's tough.
There's a lot of storylines that have started, or this has been a little trickle, and then now The Rock zoomed out, so it's all up in the air. What about you?
Oh, it's tough. Honestly, like, I said last week that I truly believe that someone who has won it is going to win it again this year. And so I was leaning towards it either being Roman or Cena or Drew. Those are kind of like my top 3 favorites. Like, I feel like it'd be too easy for it to be Roman, but at the same time, it's been a long time since it's been Roman.
Exactly.
And I think he's like the most indicated for a main event match at WrestleMania.
It makes sense too. Also,
and I think
the whole CM Punk thing. I just realized that Seth said he was going to eliminate him, so that's probably going to play a factor. There's a lot of things that are happening like that.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be like somebody who hasn't won it before, and that'd be cool, like someone like Jey Uso or Carmelo Hayes or something like that. Like that would be cool.
Yeah.
Another person who I feel like it could be like Randy Orton as well. Like
Oh
maybe
yeah.
he returns into the Rumble and he ends up winning it
Oh,
for the
that's
third
what it
time.
was. The person that faced Cody was Randy on the other side.
Yeah. So that could be a possibility as well. But yeah, I don't know. It's definitely gonna be tough. But I'm very much looking forward to it. Like
Yeah.
for story, like for feel good story time purposes, I think it's Cena being the only other person being a 3-time Rumble winner aside from Austin, solidifying his legacy and his career would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So like to me, like I feel like yeah, it's gonna come down to either Roman Cena or potentially Randy. Those are like my 3 top people who I think it might be.
I think that's a good shout. Like if we were talking Money in the Bank, then I could see somebody that hasn't won, because like we're
Yeah.
talking about somebody that's gonna win this and then be in the main event of WrestleMania. So
Yeah,
that's like
like, that's a
very
huge
very
deal.
tough.
It's very tough. Like you would have to have somebody who's been there,
Hmm.
or someone who very much has the potential to close a show. And to me, Jey Uso has all the potential at this point to
yeah.
close like night 1 or night 2 of WrestleMania.
Hey,
So that's
it could
like
be him if he loses at Saturday night's main event and then he goes on of basically what we thought Cena was gonna do, and he will eventually. But
yeah,
like he try to build himself up to this main event. Like I need to live up to my name. I need to be in the main event. I need to do this.
yeah,
And he just
yeah,
starts picking people off from now to WrestleMania, and he does like a Shawn Michaels esque like Royal Rumble win. Like
yeah.
I don't know. It could work. I'm down to see it.
Like the more I think about it, Jey Uso winning would be lit.
Right? Is it a title shot or the main event?
Title shot.
Okay,
Main event
so
title shot. So like he could lose against Gunther, and maybe Gunther holds it to WrestleMania, and they have the rematch at WrestleMania after he wins the Rumble, and like they have a whole build, or
Imagine.
maybe Gunther, like
and Jey Uso comes in at like, I mean, he could come in at 1 if he wants to do that shit, but I mean, like, comes in at like 5 or something, and he's just like picking people off. John Cena's like going off, and then he picks him off. But I think Drew would knock him out or a bigger heel. But I would love to see that, because like the Roman thing, like we're saying, like it sounds, it fits the build, but I don't think it's what Triple H would do. I feel like he wants to throw us another curveball. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I feel like Roman's gonna be there regardless of whether or not he wins the Rumble, so you don't really need to give him a reason to be there,
For sure.
Um,
And it's better to make excuse me, a bigger story out of this, where again Roman, just his name, like you said, or Cody, just their name is gonna sell. At least you have a story behind these guys, so that's what you use the Rumble for usually.
Yeah.
And to your point with John Cena, I could that'd be nice, but I don't think. I think he's going into the chamber as well, like 100%, because he's been in a lot of chamber matches, and I also just think that he'll want to do everything before he leaves, barring it's a super physical match and all that shit. But I think he's up for it. He can sit in the side, and it's a multi-man match, so I think we're gonna see John Cena in everything. We're gonna see him in the Rumble. We're gonna see him in the chamber. We're gonna see him in Money in the Bank. So I don't personally think he's gonna win. Or if they do that, he's gonna lose at Mania either way. So, but I don't know. He's gonna have to have like like a Miz-size heel or somebody bigger than that. Like Bronson Reed would be like the best or something, where he could just like shit on him constantly, and then he finally beats him, and then he can move on and go for the title. Let me see what Eric's saying. He didn't say nothing. Okay, so Eric, if you want to shout out who you think's gonna win the Men's Royal Rumble, let us know in the chat. Yeah. Is that it for the salt? I like that question.
It for the salt.
All right.
That's it for the salt.
I think we're gonna bring back my segment to round us off, because again, if you guys weren't here last week, we set up our main event or what is it? Our tier list basically for our draft pool, which will be picked, I think, after the Rumble or the week before the Rumble. I don't remember what we said.
The week before the Rumble, I believe we're doing.
Okay, so yeah, so the week going into the week after Saturday night's main event. Yeah, that podcast we will be doing the draft, so make sure you guys look out for that. But yeah, we'll end off the show with a good old flop or not. All right. And I didn't download the thing, so now I feel bad. But Eric put it in the thing. All right, let's see. This is gonna be a prediction flop or not. Lyra Valkyria as the Intercontinental Champion, flop or not? Got him.
Oh, I'm gonna say not. I think she's gonna have a good run with the Intercontinental Championship, and I think she'll be working with a lot of different people, which will give her more reason to kind of like have that screen time and have something to fight for, as opposed to her just kind of being in matches just to be matches. Because I feel like her run, aside from the Queen of the Ring, has just been her just being involved in different stuff and not really having her own feuds. So I think this will set up her having her own feuds to kind of work off of. You'll see more of her promo work. You'll see more of how she kind of reacts to adversity and like how her matches kind of carry. So I think it's a good title run. I think it's a good call.
I was gonna say flop, but I think it's not gonna be a flop because, like you said, she's gonna need more time on the mic, which is what I need to see to solidify her. Because right now she seems pretty bland. She's just like Timu version of Becky Lynch. So hopefully she gets more time and she goes up against good heels. If she goes up against Zoe Stark, Shayna Baszler, I'm trying to think of the other heels that were in the tournament.
Natalia.
No.
Yeah.
Anyone but her. I think that she'll be able to do that underdog trash and get it hyped up. So I'm down for that. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with not right now, but she's on a thin rope, all right, thin line. Okay, so she might be flopping by next week if I don't see a good promo out of her. Flop or not, I guess we're gonna keep it on Raw, bro. Penta zero middle zero. Hey.
Not.
Think about this long term, bro.
I know, because I know how it's gonna be. Like, he's gonna start off very hot, and then they're not gonna have anything for him, and he's just gonna like show up and stuff like that. If he keeps the momentum that he has from tonight, and kind of like it's still portrayed as a big deal, then yeah, I could definitely see him having like a really good rise. But I just don't want him to be pigeonholed and lumped in. I don't think they're gonna make him join the LWO. That would be stupid.
No.
But I just want him to kind of do his own thing and just actually have good matches and good feuds with people. I feel like the Chad Gable thing, it might be something that they kind of run for the next few weeks too. Like
Best
Chad
of
Gable will
seven?
probably get salty.
Bro.
Well, maybe. But yeah, I'm remaining optimistic right now, and I'm gonna say not.
I'm gonna go with not as well, and I just came up with the best idea ever because we always book it here live. We're gonna do a best of 7 series, but then Braun Breaker is gonna get in the middle of it, and it's gonna be for the Intercontinental belt. And we're gonna do a nice triple threat between those guys, all right? And then they're gonna juggle that belt around. Everyone's gonna get a turn with it, all right? Just like some local. I'm not gonna say, but you get where I'm going. Some local action, as Drake would say.
Right.
No, I hope that he either gets just thrown straight into the Intercontinental thing because I want to see him against Braun Breaker. I think that'd be sick, and he would help Braun Breaker with his matches. But if we do a best of 7 with Chad, I think we need more Chad Gable on the screen. The only problem is that then American Made goes by the wayside. Also, I think Ivy Nile might be a good. Wait, they're on the same. Yeah, might be good for Lyra Valkyria. That might be good. Because those guys have just been fucking chilling since their first promo as American Made. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, get them in the scene, get them pushed. Let's go. Because they don't have any personality, so they need to be getting matches right now. Yeah. So I'm gonna go with not. I hope Penta has a good career and he retires Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania. Because I'm sick of that guy. Right. And our last and final, flop or not. I'm trying to think right now. I had a good one. I was gonna say the Judgment Day, but I'm gonna go with Finn and Damien, bro. Or Finn or Damien. You could pick one or the other. You give me a flop or not.
This is the year of Finn. I'm going heavy that Finn's gonna have a good year. And so I'm saying not for him.
Okay.
Damien, I don't know.
We have a lot of knots. I also agree with Finn, but it's on the premise that everyone's saying that he's gonna have a big year. I don't know what the hell. Like, you losing on Raw again? Like, he needs to start winning, and it's not
Yeah.
happening. So hopefully he does. Actually, did we say Dom? I was gonna say Dom too.
Oh.
He needs to start doing something too.
Yeah. He needs to.
I think
Uh.
Damien might flop. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Yeah. Like I don't know. I'm not really sure about Damien.
Like, he needs to hit another feud, like him versus like Kevin Owens or something. Even though they're on different brands, run that. Give him something to sink his teeth into. Because the Gunter feud exceeded my expectations. We just need some more here. So
I agree.
yeah.
Um. I agree. Like I don't know. I don't really. We'll see what Damien does. Like post Finn. Like honestly, I thought he was gonna be a flop after he lost the world title, and he was still kind of doing his thing. So,
Mhm.
we'll see. But I don't really see much with him. Like I'm more so interested in hoping that Finn Balor kind of has that opportunity to really differentiate himself and kind of put himself on the map again.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be the one to blow up the Judgment Day, which is fine. Or he might just leave and they'll still be a thing, so they have something to do. But
Uh,
I hope that fuck. What was I gonna say? Damien. I was going to say I think Damien has a big enough name that he can just cruise for a bit. But I think they should put him on the shelf until like after Mania, and they give him something after all that subsides. Because I don't think there's gonna be a lot for him going towards
mm,
Mania. Because they already blew off this Finn, Damien, like
uh,
Brotherhood street fight match.
maybe
You know
he
what I mean?
goes to SmackDown.
Oh, run it. Him versus
That could,
Shinsuke. Let's go.
there's a lot of
No,
opportunity over
bro.
there for sure.
Let's shake it up a bit. We got the transfer portal. Let's shake it up. Come on. Let's go. Do you have a flopper off for me? I was being so rude. I didn't even ask.
No, let me see.
Excuse me.
Uh, how do we feel about Solo now that the Roman storyline is now done?
You got to give me 1 week, bro. I need to see what he's going to say on SmackDown. But for right
Yeah,
now, it's a flop, all right? There's no way you're not showing up the week after getting bodied, all right? I need to hear the excuses ASAP. You can't be sending your little goons out there because
true.
a man like Jacob Fatu could jump over you real quick.
Yeah, that's honestly where I think it might be heading, and I'm kind of hoping it does. Like I kind of hope that Jacob and Tama like turn on Jake Solo, and they kind of run a little thing within that.
Like, they all have their own personality, which is great.
Yeah,
I love it. It's just I don't know where Solo stands going forward, like in a feud. I can't see him in a feud with, like, again, like we were talking about last week, I think. I can't see him in a feud without Roman or without the
yeah,
bloodline shit. Where
yeah.
as Jacob, I could just see him just running mans down, doing his little shaky, and then Tama Tonga. I mean, he's just in there going yeah 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 yeah. He's funny, he has personality, and he can wait for Tonga Loa to come back, and then they're the tag team again. But I'm sure he can do something on the like. He'd be kind of like Ludwig ish, but he hasn't
Mm,
really said any promos other than yeah 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 yeah. So I need to see more of that. But
mm.
for Solo, it's tough. I don't know. He needs shit. I'm trying to think of somebody, bro. That would be a good feud for him, but we'll just see what he says when he comes back. For now,
Yeah,
he's a flop. As much as I hate to say it, because he's done really well with the shit that he's been given, which was
yeah,
the probably the toughest spot in WWE. So
yeah.
we'll see. I'm sure Triple H will take care of him. That's for sure.
Mm. Yeah, we'll definitely see.
Yeah.
All right,
Well, yeah.
cool. Well,
I think that was it. Really. I mean, Eric didn't say nothing about the Royal Rumble. But yeah, we're. Is it this Saturday? No, sorry. Next Saturday is Saturday
Saturday.
night's main event,
Yeah,
and then the Saturday after that is the Rumble. Again, we're
yeah.
doing our fantasy picks soon, so look out for that. If you haven't seen our rankings, go check out the YouTube. Eric has the episode posted. You can go check it out. We'll be shuffling that around a little bit, but yeah, from me and Derek, I think we're out of here. We wanted to keep it nice, short, and concise. We want to do the more longer episodes when we have all three of the powers at B here. So, yeah, a nice quick one. Just
nice quick one. I'm also heavily addicted to Assassin's Creed right now, so low key, I'm leaving so that I can go play that. For being completely transparent on this podcast,
there it is. There it is. I didn't want to say it, but you know, I'm happy with that too because I came home and I'm dead tired, bro. I had my food. I was about to see the inside of my eyelids, so it was lucky that I had the street fight to watch. But we'll be back again next week. You already know what it is. Eric might be here. He might not. He keeps switching his schedule, so I don't know. But I've been Matt from USC.
This is Derek of the EMFC.
Make sure you guys enjoy your nice wrestling this week, okay? Goodbye.
All right, take it easy.